Hey. Okay. All right. I just wanted to come on and offer a little bit of perspective, wisdom, I don't know, something regarding this situation with Kirk Franklin and his adult kid. I know that there is a lot of conversation happening. This is kind of the hot topic. But as someone that has an adult kid myself, and I know that they will test every fiber of your being, okay? Every fiber. These kids will make you cuss. I don't even cuss a lot, but my kids can probably bring it out of me. So I'm not posting this video to judge Kirk Franklin or be overly critical of him, because I think we all have those moments. we all, especially if you have adult children, and I've posted previously about how much I have to pray more for my daughter as an adult, as she's an adult, and adults, putting in air quotes, because they want to be treated as adults, they want to be seen and heard as adults, but I still cover the financial expenses of about 98% of her life, or 98% of her expenses at this time as an adult. So let's talk about that a little bit, or not. I won't talk about it here, but so one thing that I had to, me and my daughter, she's 22, and we've had to have some come to Jesus moments. We've had to have some very deep conversations. And I realized that I needed to apologize to her. I raised my daughter as a single mom. I didn't have any help from her dad. Zero help from her dad. I raised her, as a single mom. There were times where I was, most of her life, I was either working multiple jobs and going to school, or at least working one job and going to school. Most of her life, I was some combination of that. Either working full-time and going to school full-time, working multiple jobs and going to school full-time, or working multiple jobs for the entire 18 years that I raised her. That was my story. And so in my quest to be able to provide for her, I often lacked in emotional support. So when she came to me as an adult, I think she was probably 21 when we had our come to Jesus conversation. And she said, basically she needed to feel loved. And then to me, I'm like, what you mean? I showed you love. Like, I was out here busting my tail, I was out here working hard, trying to provide. I was out here doing this and I was doing that and I was doing this and I was doing that. What do you mean you ain't, I didn't show you love? What do you mean I didn't hug you enough? And so despite of all that I had been doing to try to make sure that she had a good life, she just needed a hug. And she needed kisses on the cheek. And even to this day, as she is an adult, she just needs a hug and a kiss sometimes. she needed that emotional support. So I had to humble myself because, of course, when she came to me with this, you know, I was like, what? Like, girl, you know, I wanted to tell her, like, snap out of it. Like, you know how much I sacrificed to provide, like, to get us to where we are now? Like, I really wanted to respond in defense, you know? And a part of me did. A part of me responded in, like, just that way. Like, do you know how much I sacrificed to make sure you weren't, to make sure we didn't end up on the street? But I also had to listen to her. I also had to silence myself and listen to her and understand what her needs were in order for her to heal, right? If nothing else, I want my daughter to be whole, healthy, and complete and fully healed. And in order for her to do that, I needed to apologize for the areas that I lacked from the time she was 0 to 18. I needed to apologize for that. And what I don't want to encourage is that we have families out here that are not healed because somebody didn't apologize. Sometimes that's all it takes. Is for somebody to be the bigger person. And as the older adults, as parents, we are often required to be the bigger person. Somebody has to be the bigger person and apologize. And I think that is Kirk's role here. And I don't judge the brother one bit. I really want to be like, yo, I understand. I understand. Like, these kids will make you want to throw hands sometimes, right? Because they get under your skin. But if we are truly walking this Christian life, if we are truly living according to the Bible, we have to humble ourselves and apologize. And that's what ushers in forgiveness. That's what opens the door for forgiveness. That's what allows healing to take place, especially in the Black community. We have so many people walking around broken and unhealed. And most of the time it's from their parents. It's from their parents. And I'm not saying that parents, like, I'm just saying we're not perfect either, right? We fall short. I know for sure that in me working hard to provide, I probably was very emotionally detached as a parent, right? I couldn't do it all. And I'm not making excuses for myself. I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's very hard to do it all. So I offer that as my wisdom to this situation, and more so just for people out there, because I know that this is a big issue. We all carry something that happened in our childhood that can take over all the good. You know, I like, when my daughter brought this to me, I was like, man, like, you're taking these 2%, like 98% of your life has been good, but you're taking this 2% and blowing it up, right? And that's what we do. Like, it's not all the good things that happen. So some of the good things stick with us, but most times it's those two bad times, like those two negative situations or negative circumstances that happen in our lives that sticks with us in here. And if you don't offer up some form of healing for those things, they stay in there. They stay in there and they manifest, right? And then all of a sudden they take over all of our thoughts. These two bad instances take over all our thoughts. So I just have to offer that, because I think in this situation, sometimes as parents, we're going to have to be the bigger person and say, you know what? I probably failed you here. Not probably, I did. I failed you here. Like, I was chasing a dream. I was trying to make a better life for us. I was really focused on being a provider. I was really focused on this. I was really focused on that. And I lacked in this area. I really lacked. And I failed you in this area. And so I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry, because I want you to heal from this. I want you to heal from this. I want you to forgive me. And I want us to be able to move forward as parent and child. And I want us to have a healthy relationship. So please forgive me. That's my suggestion. Not just to Kirk Franklin, but to everybody who is experiencing childhood hurt or some form of upbringing hurt, some form of hurt between you and your parents. It's there. We all have it. We all have it. And it can be the most minute situation, but sometimes those minute situations are the ones that stay in here, and they create all kind of havoc. So yeah, so I hope this helps someone, and I'm praying for Kirk and his son. I think healing just needs to happen, and Kirk is going to have to be the one to usher that in. All right, I hope this blesses somebody. All right, bye y'all.